Hey, I'm back. I'm back. And yeah, again, it has been a while, but it has several reasons. You cannot imagine, guys.
Give it a good. I put that on God when it gets hard. I stay on my job like no days off, so you can go. Whoa.
I had 2 or 3 attempts to vlog. Like, I literally vlogged a few parts, but then just like didn't continue to do so. And the vlogs I did were mainly like weekly vlogs, day in my lives, whatever. But I never like really continued and stuck to it, so yeah, I just kind of dropped that. And now that I bumped up my technical gear, including this beautiful camera that I'm talking to right now, which is very strange because I'm literally just staring at my lens and it's very interesting. But yeah, that's the current state. So the intention of today's video is actually to talk about a specific topic that I also want to talk about in my podcast right after recording this video. So I don't have a script. I just thought, or I had like the feeling of talking about it. And the topic is anxiety. And I know for sure everyone can relate to that. So I just want to be like personal and talk about my current state on anxiety, my view on anxiety, like how as a believer I deal with anxiety, though I believe in God, just stuff like that, and like also kind of give you a life update, like just all in one. Let's get the video started, right? Anyways, yeah, the other intention of this video is actually to upload a video prior to the vlog that I'm going to upload, because I'm going to go on vacation very soon. And this vacation is just like a escape kind of thing, a workation kind of thing, a mental health break kind of thing, just everything in one. After like 6 months, I haven't been, even longer. Like when did I come back from London? The last time I was like, I guess July, August, like end of July. Yeah, so August, December. Am I serious? August, September, what is wrong with me? I was like thinking in German, I guess, but wow, okay, wait. So let's do it again, together with me, friends. August, September, October, November, December, January, February, yeah. So like 6 months-ish. I don't know if I should cut that part out, but yeah. In these like 6 months, 7 months, I have just experienced a lot, including actually founding my agency and getting an office and hustling every day and getting clients and like taking care of client issues and creating content and developing myself and just, you know, going like crazy and having all sorts of thoughts and doubts and imposter syndrome and trying to play small though I have to be big, then also like falling on my face because for example I deal with like I never really dealt with client communication. So for example, some emails that I've sent out in the beginning were just like, you know, not that they were unprofessional, but it was like very just, you know, as I'm like a agency owner, I like humbled myself so much that the like potential business partner would like just, you know, he could like just kick me around and stuff like that because I was like making myself so small. Just so very grateful for the people that I share my office with, because it's a co-working space and like not a real co-working space. It's actually just a office, but each of us has our tables and we just made it a co-working space. Every one of us has their own business. I'm the only social media agency there. Then we have life mentor, then we have insurance, then we have a cleaning company, so just very mixed, you know. I'm in an environment of people who are already into business for a few years, and we just have very, very like valuable exchanges, and are very honest with each other and genuinely want to see each other win. And that is so beautiful and so rare, and I'm just so like thankful for that. But fun fact is, I'm the youngest. The second youngest after me is like 25, and the rest is like over 30. So yeah, that's basically like the average age of people I hang around with, to be honest, though I'm 22. And that's why people just really like can't comprehend how I'm this young. And sometimes I'm just like, you know, I just got several reactions when I tell people my age, like after them meeting me, especially in business context, and they just look at me like they don't understand the world. Like a friend of mine, he like, let's not get into that. But if you watch this video, you know I mean you. He just like, literally, I told him my age. We know each other for a while, but like never talked about age because it's not a big thing. Age is literally just a number. And then it was like, he just, you know, I told him my age, and he was like, no. He jumped and like ran across the office. And then he was just like, no, I cannot. Never mind. But it was just another moment where I just said that like, well, it is what it is, you know. Yeah, I'm just different. But yeah. So that's that little story time. In that case, I have a very supportive environment, work related. People just got my back and I got theirs obviously too. So at work I just feel like, okay, this is the place where I can like be and develop myself. But of course, there are just other aspects that like make you feel uncertain about yourself, about the way you handle your business, for example. And for me, it is like how I grew up, certain limiting beliefs, certain belief systems that I have and need to work through. And yeah, it's a lot. And now I guess we're getting into anxiety, because anxiety in my eyes is just a state, a feeling that is there, that kind of like the more you feed it, the bigger it grows. And the less you feed it, the more unnoticeable it is. It's just like, it's there, but it's very like small. It's maybe invisible. You don't see it like really. And anxiety for me, it's like I've never been like very anxious. Like when I put it on, like when I think business-wise, I've done things people just wouldn't do, for example, my age, or starting my agency, it was about like September, and from September to December I didn't like earn anything, so I just lived off of my savings and had just a few like income streams, just like little income streams, yeah, helping me. For a lot of people it's like very unstable and they need the security, and I totally understand that, but for me it was just not an option to like go back to a 9-to-5 or just working for someone, because I have such a big vision and I know I want to get things done, and I wouldn't like give my best when I like, for example, work for someone else. That was what I was thinking and feeling, because like in the past it was always like that. I wasn't like really concentrated. I didn't give my 100%, and that, if I'm very honest, might be the reason why I'm struggling with, for example, client relationships, like having long-term client relationships up until now. Like I realized that I was like, kind of, I'm like, I don't have issues like getting clients, gaining clients, and communicating with them, like everything's fine there. I kind of have to learn how to overdo things so that a client doesn't want to let me go, like, you know, but just like over the top, that they're like, oh my days, like, oh, this glow agency, like, we need glow agency in our life. Have you heard about glow agency? You need glow agency in your life. So click the link in the description box and check my socials out and let's talk, because I'm good at what I'm doing. But yeah, that's just, you know, that's a reality. If you have your own business, you just have to deal with everything at once. And meanwhile, you just realize, oh, I kind of lack skills or knowledge in this and that, and sometimes it just hinders you, sometimes it just hems you, it stops you, but sometimes you're just like, you know what, let me actually research about it, let me study, how can I do this better? And you're just going and going. And when it comes to anxiety, in that case, when I feel like anxiety coming up, I immediately feel like anxiety doesn't come alone, kind of. It's like anxiety comes up and then insecurity comes up. But at the same time, unworthiness, a feeling of unworthiness comes up. And it's a whole package. It's like a whole family, like a whole crew that just comes in like, okay, anxiety, bam, let me open the door and bring my friends with me. Yeah. Oftentimes it stays for like a while, just like certain periods. But I never let negative feelings, negative states or circumstances just control my whole, let's say if it's for a phase, like 3 months, I won't let it control all throughout the 3 months my mental state, my happiness level, my just the way I live life. It will be like, it will hinder me the first like 2 to 3 weeks maximum, and then I'll just get my shit together. Because one thing about anxiety, as I said, is the more you feed it, the bigger it grows. And the more attention you bring to anxiety, the more you do things that make you feel more anxious, the bigger it gets and the longer it stays. So in that case, it's just very important to detach yourself from anxiety because it's a state. And if we like think in like spiritual terms, it's also just a energy blockage. Meaning it's, for example, also like I also like refer to because I'm a believer, the dark side, like meaning Satan. I just call him the enemy. So if you know, you know. He's like the root of anxiety, you can say that. And he just brings all the crew along, doubt and insecurity and unworthiness and blah. And the more you feed into that, the more you bring awareness and attention to it, the longer he stays. And he's like, oh, she's anxious, let me just make myself comfortable, you know? Okay, so what can we do else? Who can we also invite to this party, huh? Yeah, the longer she stays in that state, the longer we can like just put our feet up and enjoy and watch the show. We don't want to hinder ourselves in life. And that's why I just realized very quick, like as soon as I'm in this anxiety state, who's actually controlling it? Who's manipulating the situation? Because it's a manipulation in that case. Because yeah, you don't have to be anxious about certain things. For example, if you have a job where you feel like, oh, you're not worthy of it because it's such a big thing, and then anxiety just comes up, definitely it's just a tactic to keep you like to hinder you to like bring out the full potential that you actually can bring to the table, because otherwise they wouldn't have gave you the job. Or prior to actually applying to a job, you're thinking like, no, this is like way too big for me, like I don't even have the qualifications and all that, you know? Of course, nowadays we live in a society where everything is about paper, qualifications, what degree you have, blah, blah, blah. But if you, for example, believe in God, all of those things don't matter because it's man-made. When it comes to God doing things where he knows you have to be there. And that's why also, like, if I'm in an anxious state, I just like remember, okay, if I'm like supposed to do this right now and it kind of works and I kind of have it in my hands, then it's also like symbolizing I need to be here, like God wants me to do this. Of course it might seem very big, but I can like actually be calm and assured that I'll keep this. Like I don't have to be anxious about leaving, or like I don't have to be anxious about losing something, because oftentimes we are also very anxious. It is also attached to I was just speaking German. Like for example, rejection, big thing. Then also unworthiness again, but you cannot be rejected from something that is meant for you. We also have to detach from things where we are like, I've been there for years, I've done that for years, I've always seen myself doing that. Sure, but I don't see the bigger picture. So like crying about like being rejected by certain people or job or situations, whatever, like sure, it's human, like it's human, of course we can like feel sad about it, but it shouldn't like become our like identity and stop us doing certain things. Anxiety is just it's there for you also to challenge yourself. Like, okay, anxiety comes up, how do you deal with it? Because oftentimes in life it's all about how do you deal with certain circumstances. Do you let it overwhelm you? Do you let it hinder you? How do you handle things if, for example, a good opportunity comes in but you feel like, oh wow, it's consuming just everything of my time, of my life and everything like that, but you've always dreamed about it. What if it's not what you're supposed to be doing? Somehow, because I heard, like, I listened to a podcast yesterday, and this podcast though, I guess it also like made me like consider like doing my podcast again. Also, I had a meeting with a friend yesterday and he like literally told me that I'm just still like, what? We're talking about my podcast, and then he was like, you know, like it really inspired me, and like he like literally listened to it and it really helped him. And it's so interesting because I'm like thinking my podcast is mainly targeting women, because I thought, yeah, like I don't know if a guy would listen to my podcast. But I guess like the tips or the things that I'm sharing, like even in this video, it's just general, though of course my target audience will be female. Not meaning that guys can watch my content or learn from my content. I love that and I'm really like happy about it. But yeah, it was just very interesting, and now he's actually getting to start a podcast with his friends. And I'm just like, what? Like, I affected that? Are you for sure? And then they listened to that and then were like, yeah, they totally get why he liked the format. And I'm like, damn. So it was just another continue doing it. Though if for me it just feels like I'm just talking, like I'm just rambling like here. But I don't know, it's just a lot of creators, a lot of entrepreneurs, they just say you have to, like, even though you're not satisfied with the content, just put it out there, because it's always going to be valuable for someone. And I know that I have a lot of like tips, wisdom, whatever, that can really help people, and I'm sort of gatekeeping if I'm not sharing it, right? So yeah, this is what I'm like slowly but surely realizing and just, you know, implementing in that case. Because this here is all about implementing and flourishing. Those are my 2 words that God gave me for this year. And it's just all about that, right? Implementing and flourishing. So yeah, that's why podcast. And again, so came off topic kind of, but also not. I listened to her podcast yesterday and it just really like made me think about my whole life. I was like, damn, you know what you're talking about because she went through it. And fact is, people who like went through certain things and talk about hard situations are legit, they're real. They know like what tips to give you or what to say to like just catch your attention because they've been through it. It's real. Real recognizes real. And the realer I get with you, the more you feel connected to me. It's just like that. And that's why I'm just always trying to like be more transparent with you, because otherwise the connection won't be there, and I want us to have a connection, you know? Feels like I'm asking you out. Yeah. Anyways, so that's that. Yeah. And in her podcast, as I said, she kind of talked about boundary setting. And I felt like the reason why I also like experience anxiety is also like in the family space or family area, because growing up, a lot of responsibility. But later down the line, it was more I got so used to it that I attached myself helping people and being responsible for people to my identity, that I felt like if I'm not helping someone, I'm not doing anything. I'm not like really bringing the world forward, you know? But like in a toxic kind of way, because in that case it hinders me to like grow and figure my own life out. And this is what, seriously, now we're getting into it. This is where I'm at right now, because I feel like this season is all about me trying to figure out what life I want to live, like independent from what my parents, for example, want me, how my parents see me living my life, how society sees me living my life, and all that. And as I said, like I have visions, a ton of visions. I know where I want to end in life, like not 100% because I'm not God, I don't see the whole picture, but like I know where I want to be. And I know that God will help me get there and get those things that I want, but like even better, because He knows what I want more. He sees in my heart, He knows it. But like, I know like which direction I'm going for sure. But the thing is, and this is where like anxiety just always comes up, is that I feel like I'm like responsible and need to consider like other people's opinions and directions for my life, because this is what I'm used to and this is what I like feel pressured to do. So for example, if I communicate with a parent and I just say like, hey, this is like what I want to achieve, and it's like, yeah, you know what, you better just stay where you are, basically. Of course my parents want me to like grow and succeed and all that. They also like have big visions. They don't want me to like do just average things, but it's still like very limited. Just go the straight way. Just go the straight way. But I want to go the narrow way that leads me to the bigger tail or whatever. And that's why it's just really a lot of me figuring out who and where I want to be. For example, this trip that I'm planning or that I'm taking, it's not that I'm planning. I keep saying planning, and that is also just another form of procrastination, because I feel like I'm not worthy to do this trip. And it sounds so weird, like, what do you mean? Like, how you're not worthy to travel? But like, if you get opinions from people who say you're spending your money on trips and you should feel bad about it, and now you're like going over your budget to like get this trip though you need a break, I just feel like, I don't know if I deserve to do that, right? This is how I feel, like literally. And guys, like ever since I would say the second week of this year, so like mid-January, I started like really thinking about, okay, where do I want to travel? Until now, and it's the 16th February. So a month later, like nights long or like hour-long research at night to like figure out, okay, where do I want to go? Like, do I want to spend so much money on myself? Like, do I deserve to spend so much money on myself? Though I'm working so hard and I'm actually able to work from everywhere with my business, but like still, you know, girl, why don't you save your money? Because it's a better option. Just save for a rainy day and don't treat yourself, because I mean, you kind of treat yourself anyways. You're like always eating out with friends, you're going here, you're going there, you're spending money. Just chill. You hear that? These are literally my thoughts that I'm just like hearing day in, day out. And now I booked the trip. It's just going to be a lot of mental like work to hold against certain opinions, because I know, like, for example, a parent of mine will be like, why are you doing that? I'm telling you to save your money and now you want to go overboard and just go on vacation. You for sure. That's just my current reality, and I'm aware that this is a kind of luxury problem, but it is so deep and attached, and it just makes me, like, it really makes me emotional. And this is just a perfect example. For example, if I like feel I'm not worthy or I shouldn't be going on vacation, though I really need a break because your girl is tired, as I said, how do I feel about actually pursuing my dreams 100% and just leaving out the comments, the opinions, to just do what I want to do, what I feel like it's the best for me? When growing up, I always felt like I have to get approval for certain things before doing anything in my life, before deciding anything in my life. So it's just really about really realizing, like, this is my life and I have full control of it, and I should decide with God where I should go, and not like make other people comment way too much on what I should be doing, what I shouldn't be doing, and therefore like confuse me and just slow my progress. Otherwise I would have been on vacation way earlier. But it's like, yeah, it will be like the end of February, which is okay, but like it shouldn't have taken this long, you know? If I just had the like stability, the emotional and mental stability and the courage and the peace of mind, I would have booked that trip as soon as I would have thought about it. But it's just a month later and a lot of back and forths, and I'm just like, you know what? I need to make a stop here because it's a lot. So yeah, that's also like the reason why why I wanted to like also make a video prior to vlogging, because I was like, you know what, I don't like always just like showing the best of the best on social media, because we oftentimes fall victim of that. We know that social media isn't real life, but still we tend to like post our highlights. And currently I'm not so active on social media because I just feel like I don't know what to like talk about or present if I'm like not really feeling my best. Like, I'm okay, but it's just a lot of things are happening. I'm always like outside and meeting friends and business things and blah, and I want to keep those things private, but at the same time I know to like grow my personal brand it would be good to like document a few things. So yeah, it's just a lot of realizations during the process. Like, the content that I would have made in the last months would be like dope. Like, seriously, it would be like, I don't know, traveling here, like just small travels, or doing this project and going to this client and blah. And yeah, I always thought about vlogging, but I was always like, this voice just always like shut these thoughts down and was like, who do you think you are? Just do your thing. Nobody cares, you know? The enemy. The enemy. I'm going to cut this video here because, yeah, you see where I'm going, right? and I hope that this honest like talk without clear direction, I don't know if it has a red line, and even if not, I said a few things that like, not my camera battery just dying. So anyways, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a thumbs up, leave a comment down below if you like the video, thoughts, listen to my podcast. I can really recommend it. Follow me on my social media, and until next time then, bye.
Catch a break, give a pretty brown girl her space. You can keep your bitter.